Bill, welcome.
It's a pleasure to be with you today. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. So, just to kind of give a broad stroke summary of where we are in the timeline of the state's efforts to bring adult use cannabis to market. Following the November 2020 vote, February of 2021, the CREAM Act, which is the Cannabis Regulatory Act that went into effect and established the New Jersey Cannabis Regulatory Commission, along with all the regulations for recreational cannabis. That was in February 2021. And then it took a little bit of time to finally get to the point in March and April of this year, 2022, to have adult use sales begin. You were involved throughout that year and a half or so process, correct?
Yeah, and it really depends on when you put the start pin in. But I've been involved with this for many moons, if you will. But when we got past the ballot question, when we got the approval from the voters, there was still a lot of work to do after that, and moving an enactment vehicle and moving at a very difficult time post-pandemic or in the middle of a pandemic. And then the regulatory implementation. But I would say to you that on the regulatory implementation side, that's the part that we've seen really us hitting the gas pedal now. I know there's been concerns and complaints and some gnashing of teeth in the spring about the delays in getting adult use started. But if you really look at the time that new commission, brand new commission, was seated to when we've actually seen the awards of new licenses, new RFAs going out, an entirely new rubric created, staffing, as Jeff Brown likes to say, building the plane while they're flying it, and then actually turning on the first adult use sales in the state of New Jersey in less than a year. It is kind of impressive, although a long time coming to get to that place.
Right, right. I mean, were you surprised or not surprised at that length of time? Do you think folks anticipated in February of 2021 that it would take till now to get all the pieces in place?
It depends on who those folks are. I think people that went to the ballot in 2020, overwhelmingly, right, more than 2/3 of our voting public went to the ballot in 2020 to support this. Some of them thought they'd be able to go to the store the next day. And so I think it's a little bit of it's been an odd education among cannabis users and constitutional and branches of government and how they interact. But I think if you look at people that are kind of students of government to see from when the bill was passed and signed into law, then that quick fix regarding parents was then changed. And then the seating of a new commission, staffing of a new commission, development of a regulatory rubric around very complex new statute, that was where you really saw some lightning change and some movement. But I still think there are a lot of folks that were dismayed over the fact that it took till April of this year for the first adult use sales, where you can walk into a storefront now and purchase adult use cannabis products and pay taxes on those, and do it in the environment that we had advertised. There are people that had some concerns. It took too long.